Hey guys, 53Silver here. We're in a park up in my area. It's loaded with soccer fields and baseball fields, tennis courts, etc. It's a great area to be. The metal detector, there's a lot of activity here throughout the summer. They hold outdoor movies here, and concerts, everything else. Back in that area, there's I can zoom out there. It's a picnic ground anyway, out in that area, and all through here there's soccer fields, baseball fields, and I'm going to be hitting this area pretty good this morning, this afternoon with my Vequero. Got about a 2-hour window. We had some pretty bad storms go through here the last couple days, so I'm hoping to get out, maybe do a little digging and find some treasure. We'll record it as we go, as always. See you in a bit. Okay, so I got the Vequero out. It's all ground balanced. The settings I'm going to be using for this particular search. Threshold is going to be at 3 o'clock as usual. Sensitivity at 10 on the indicator there, which is about the 3 o'clock position as well. And my discrimination level, I'm putting that right on nickel. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's straight up 12 o'clock position. We're all ground balanced and ready to go. And pretty trashy area, this park, so I want to eliminate as much trash as I can and focus on nickel and up. And if it's still doing a lot of beeping and picking up a lot of trash, I'll run that discrimination setting all the way up to about a 3 o'clock position, and we'll be looking at pretty much pennies and silver from that point on. Eliminate most of the trash that's here. Alright, we'll get back to you in a bit. Alright, so I moved about 20 feet or so and came across this target. And of course the first thing I do is I rotate the discriminator up and see where it cuts out. It cuts out at about 4 o'clock, right about there. That indicates that it could be, or most likely, a penny at this point. The next thing I'll do is I'll go back, set my discriminator down at the 12 o'clock position, and try to get a sense how deep it is. And right now I'd say this is probably 2 to 3 inches down based on the height. It's about 4 or 5 inches above the ground, which would indicate a 2 to 3 inch deep target. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I put the metal detector down. Of course, I use this bullseye too when I look for things. Now I'm thinking this is about 2 or 3 inches down. If that's the case, as I run this over the, should barely, so I'm getting a hit right here. That's pretty good, right there. So I'm going to start digging here and trust my equipment, trust my knowledge of the equipment. Now hitting some stones in there, but oops, gotta keep an eye on what I'm recording here. Alright, so dug it up. There's a stone down in the hole, which is good. I thought maybe I was hitting something valuable. Aha. So it's telling me it's in the clump, and my guess is, based on what I know, that this is probably a penny. Let's kind of dig through this a bit and see if we can come up with the coin. I don't typically use my and there's the coin right there. Okay, so it is in fact a penny, and you know, that should give you an idea what the technique is. This is pretty old. You're gonna have to search this, but in fact, if you look, this was in fact about 2 inches down. I know that this is good with the settings to about 7 inches or so, and based on the discrimination where it went out and my knowledge of my pinpointer, I know that that's only good for, you know, a little bit of it in terms of depth. You put all these things together, you can pretty much assess what's down there, what you're going to be digging. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here's something that's really cool. I came across 2 targets pretty close to each other, so I'm going to evaluate both of them. We'll do it real time here. I'm going to find them. Okay, this is the first target. Man, that's pretty deep. It's probably down around 3 inches or so. And if I rotate my discriminator as I'm going over this target, I'm all maxed out and I'm still getting a chirp. A little bit. Could be a dime. We'll have to dig this one up. We're going to check this one out. And then there's one right over here to the right. About the same depth, maybe a little deeper. And as I rotate my discriminator, I'm up max and I'm getting basically the same type of a reading on that one and this one. So, you know, in this case, boy, you know, I'm kind of, you know, well, let's zero them out or pinpoint them, and then we'll search this. It's up in the silver range, and they're pretty solid. Although it's not, I'm not maxing out my discriminator and getting a solid tone. So these could be maybe a penny of some kind, or maybe a dime. You know, worth investigating. We'll check it out. My only fear is that it's one of those, maybe a can or something, you know, buried way down there. And that's where the pinpointer comes in, because you use that pinpointer, you know, you can kind of get an idea how big something is by how much you have to dig. Anyway, I put this detector down and pull out the shovel and pinpointer and get to work here. Okay, the Vequero pinpointed this object right here. I'm going to go over it with my bullseye pinpointer and see what we got, if anything. Probably won't read anything if it's actually down a couple inches. And this, nope, not a thing. So let's let's get with digging here and see what we come up with again. Now the first one, as I said, was a penny in this wet soil. Could be having an impact on what we're reading here. Let me get a nice plug up here without damaging too much of the... Okay, it's not bad. There's a stone. Oh, wait a minute, right there. I see it already. And it's another penny. That's pretty cool. So, the Vequero don't lie. You know, you can judge depth, and again, this was down about 3 inches or so, which is what I estimated on the Vequero. Really cool. Alright, we got about 3 or 4 coins now, and it's a small area. I'm in an area that's you know, relatively small. A couple trees, some younger trees. That's pretty much it. Alright, good. Let's move on to the next.